So we have our Castello Alps products that we've launched here in Canada for the fall 2012, and you can see how the product is displayed, and this is sort of the type of look that we want to put on display for the demonstrations that we're going to be doing. And I don't really want to call them demonstrations, it's really about taking it beyond a demonstration to really being event marketing. And each of them have been plated on the tiles that look sort of slate in nature. The darkness really makes the cheese stand out and really shows the pairings of fruit and chocolate and apricots and so on very well. The point of sale material as well is got that slate granite look to the mountains as well, so you can see some of the POS that we've developed for this launch. So it really adds the continuity to the whole event by putting it on the tiles. And you can see that there are different types of cheeses. This first one is the Chiantino, which is a red wine white cheese. It's matured for about a total of 12 weeks, and it's a semi-firm cheese, very mild flavor. You pick up some hints of the Chianti in the cheese. Pairs well with the grapes and dried figs, for example. The next one you have is the Weissbier. And the Weissbier is wiped with Weissbier, which is a beer from the oldest independent brewery in Germany. It was founded in 1447, believe it or not. So that's kind of cool because that's prior to probably the landing of Christopher Columbus to North America. So a lot of history there. It can be paired very nicely with the walnuts and the dried apricots. And then we move to the next flavor, which is Classic, Castello Classic Alps, and this one is wiped with mountain herbs and takes on a little bit of that flavor profile and really can be almost paired with anything. Walnuts, apricots, olives is really nice. You know, a bread is fine. Just about anything will go with this. It's a fairly mild but semi-firm cheese as well. And then lastly, we have our fourth one, which is called Hirten, and Hirten is a much more aged product than the other three. All three of the other ones were aged for basically 12 weeks. This one's aged for 9 months, and if you look closely at the texture, and you can see the dryness and how it sort of looks more like a Parmesan, and it is aged considerably longer than the others, and it is a much drier product, and it's got crystals in it which really have a nice flavor profile with this product. It can be paired nicely with raspberries, but also very nicely with a dark chocolate like 70% cocoa chocolate. So that's just a fantastic combination. In terms of order of sampling these products, if all four are at your store, what you want to do is you want to start with the Chiantino and move to the Weissbier and then down to the Classic product, and then finally finish off with the Hirten. And the reason you want to do that is you really want to start with a mild product, and the Chiantino is the mildest of the four, and then to go to the strongest, which is the Hirten, and finish off with that. Okay, so that's sort of how they're to be displayed and sort of sampled if they list all four. Not all stores will list all four, and then you'll get direction from from PNC Marketing on what we're sampling and sort of what to focus on. But that's some of the pairings and how to lay it out. You can see that the wedges have all been cut and display exactly what they are in the labels quite clearly on top. Basically, when it comes to the store, it'll be in a quarter wheel, which is about double the size that you see on these tiles, and in fact they've been cut that wedge in half, which has allowed for this, these are really 1/8 of a wheel, and allows for the label to display nicely, and that's the size of the piece that we really want to put on display. And you can see the chunks that have been cut, the cubes and the shavings there, are fairly substantial. And really, we don't want to have small ones. We want the consumer to be able to really taste this product and enjoy it and get a nice mouthful. So we're really wanting to make sure we're cubing up and keeping the displays quite full and visually appealing, because that's what's going to bring them over. The stores themselves will be cubing the product in advance of your arrival, and will also cut the cheese into the wedges for plating on these tiles that will be supplied as part of the demo kit. Okay, so that's kind of the background and what we're going to be doing. And you know, in terms of some of the romance story and so on this product, you really got to look at you know, where it comes from. It comes from the Alps, which is very picturesque. The point of sale material, for example, definitely indicates, you know, the mountains, and you can see there that you know, it's very picturesque, in the alpine meadows and so on where the cows graze. So very enticing. And you know, these products are made really artisan style, so they're small little farms, 15 to 20 cows, hand milked, feeding in the alpines up at 8,000 or 800 meters, and feeding off of natural pasture, free of any sort of pesticides and herbicides, and breathing clean mountain air and not filled with smog or anything like that. So as a result, you get a very nice, clean, natural product, and that's the key piece to share with the consumer, because consumers these days in the market research are saying that they want nice, clean, simple ingredients, and they want to know that it's sort of a natural product, and that's important to them. So these products fit really well with what the consumer is looking for these days. So I think that basically covers it off. I thank you for your time.